show. Get high, bring your joints, watch some glass blowing behind you. They will burn your hair.
That's, I thought how you got yours trimmed. It looked longer when you got here. Oh, we're great already on Potbook and Face TV. That's excellent. Yeah, we're getting some chairs. Come on up to the front here, man. Support the dude. Sean Mack helped you. Everybody help. Grab your chairs and move to the front. Hey. Sorry. We're grabbing chairs. That's what he said.
Yeah, there's going to be chairs in the front in the next couple seconds, so make sure to come claim your spot. There will be chairs in the next, 2 minutes.
And funny things from that man. And French fries from me. But you can't have none. Josh, go ahead.
He's really, really funny, and not because he gave Colton say that.
Yeah. I am funny. Somebody will give me an intro. This guy can attest. This guy's seen my weekly show.
I've seen the show.
Show's gonna start in about 2 minutes, okay, guys? Well, somebody, I don't know if Dan Peters heard me. He might have. I don't know if he wants to. Oh, he's smelling sick. Yeah, DXC. Alright, Dan Peters, I don't know if you guys know, Fukushima Dan Peters was a comic. Really? Dan Peters was a comic who slept in a guy's kitchen for years, and mean, look, we did it. Look how good that looks.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
Around, all weekend long, entertaining you on stage, but this is where his really shines. Not shine less, but Mike Rita, he shines in this environment. He's one of the funniest guys out there, plus we've also got a special guest. He's all from the Fukushima pre-roll factory, but before he rolled joints, he's actually also a really, really talented comic. So the
break a leg
up here. So without further ado, we solid enough. Thank you for the cheers, thank you for coming to Prairie Medicinal Arms Cup, and thank you to our first comic, the man of the hour, the one and only Mike Rita.
Woo! Yeah!
So, people in the past, you fucking stoners over here, 2 feet away, get stoners.
Yeah!
I'm not going to start to show you we have nothing out, but I came up to say thank you. I also want to acknowledge how amazing this all is. And how even though we're all kind of breaking the law right here, this is also going to be big and beautiful and don't be scared and everyone's high as fuck. And you see people of all ages, like you have the young people in the audience, you have the stoners, the seniors that are here featuring the artists and stoners, you know. We're going to have a great time. Thank you all the people in the patio, make sure to pay attention. Our opening act tonight is a special opening act. He's not just a comedian, but he's also a man who started his business in the cannabis world as well. He is the head of Fukushima. Before he was the head of Fukushima, he's one of the best comics working in Hamilton, Ontario. He's your opening act tonight. Give it up for Mr. Dan Peters, everybody. He's your opening act tonight.
Yeah!
What's going on? You bunch of stoners? The creepy guy in the back balcony, you got the microphone. You didn't sit down one time, did you? Everybody having a good time tonight?
Yeah! Woo!
That's an okay response from comedians. They're comedians and stoners. Everybody thinks it's easy to perform to stoners. Like, everybody's high, they must laugh, they must slap their knees and have a good time. We're not going to have a good time. But I often tell new comedians that we're performing in vapor lounge, you have to listen for the nods. We're not going to give you much more than that. We're going to give you a little bit of agreement. I'll give you a little bit of an explanation of what it's like to be a comedian. Performing in vapor lounges and places like this, I'm a lucky guy. I get a lot of hosts, a lot of vapor lounge shows. Mike's the same way. And like I said, everybody thinks it's easy. But telling jokes to people that are as high as you is like, it's like having sex with somebody who's in a coma. It's like that horrible scene in the movie Kill Bill. Remember? When Uma Thurman was in a peaceful slumber over coma after their horrible wedding night? That not-so-gentleman named Buck was pimping her out. That's what it's like out here. Every comedian that performs in a vapor lounge is like, fuck, we're here to fuck. We don't know how you guys are. So nice, so love. We launched in the back, they were super high. I just did a dab of continental status. They're so pure, it tasted like an angel came down from heaven and tweaked in my mouth. It's some serious shit over there, gentlemen. That is tasty. Good on them. My God. You know you're a stoner when you get excited to discover that Tim Hortons serves breakfast until noon, but you've never been able to make it. You know you're a bigger stoner when you just discover that McDonald's has been serving breakfast for the last 6 months. I kid you not, I was at your show a little while ago. About 2 months ago, I was at McDonald's. The guy next to me after your show was super high. This is a given. He orders an egg McMuffin. Really fucking awesome. Get an egg McMuffin. Like 2 a.m. That's fucking great. You know what you got? You got a fucking egg McMuffin. Took me 6 months to figure that shit out. We had a couple rolling contests with the Olympics going on up here. And I like to joke that rolling paper companies have recently started including their rolling paper package. You guys might not know what I'm talking about right away. But if you smoke like rods and pure hemp, you know what I'm talking about. It's that little green or yellow warning paper they give you that tells you they have the magic number of 5 rolling papers left. That is fucking hilarious. It's funny to me at a couple levels. It's funny, number one, because at some point in time, somebody had to convince a room full of rolling paper executives that if you tell a stoner you're running out of rolling papers, they're going to go and immediately purchase them. But we know that the stoners, that's not the case. It's the exact same thing every single time. You're hanging out with your buddies, you got a good sesh going, you get to that little piece of paper, you discover it's not big enough to use for a filter, so you put it off to the side. We never tell our friends we're running out of rolling papers. I don't think there's anybody more optimistic than a stoner at 3 a.m. with 5 rolling papers. They say, oh, we're good, you guys, we're good. But 2 hours later, you start pulling the front page of your grandmother's family Bible, and you have nothing else to put your weed in. Am I the only one that's ever smoked the Bible joint here?
No, I did once.
Yeah, they smoke the holy word, everybody. Those no cases without the ink, though, please. Go get your shit with the ink.
Listen to the sound.
I guess the definition is broad, but legalization is done in a couple of weeks, and anybody vote for Justin Trudeau thinking that you magically be allowed to smoke weed wherever we want? Nobody fell for that? Somebody. Actually, I don't think they usually clubs that hit people alive, but I don't think they're hitting close. Like, you know what I think should be illegal? Advertising a food product at a point in time you cannot go out and immediately purchase your tasty tidbit. The 4 a.m. Quiznos double baconator fucking sub at 4 a.m. If you can't find an open location somewhere in this fucking hemisphere, that should be fucking illegal. I just fucked that joke up too, so that's what I was. Anyway, I lost it on that one. It was like the second half of the joke. Fucking horrible. The middle-aged stoner. I look like a Monopoly man. And he lost all his money and started over again selling weed. How different would the movie Jurassic Park would be if they smoked a shadow on the end of that old man's cane? Yeah, there's a mosquito in it. It's like, fuck that, around the hell, that fucking mosquito thing is going to work on a wild mosquito. I don't care. Alright, you guys ready for a headliner? I need a little more enthusiasm out of you. I know I'm panning to you. I need to show a little more love. Let's have a look about this guy. This guy is quickly becoming known in the Canadian comedy, but also in weed comedy. He's open for Tommy Song. He's worked with Joe Rogan. He's got Just for Laughs. Worked with Kevin Hart. This guy's a real deal. He's a very good friend of mine. Super funny.
Sounds like these mics are
Saskatoon left with a very funny Mike Reno.
How do we get this thing going? Are we? It's like doing that. Is that?
You guys are all fucked up.
You can't be.
It's actually all right. This is the first
Is he
time
throwing
I've
us that signal? Sounds terrible.
All of a sudden? We're on the 15th floor, and you can see Alberta from a fucking corner, you know? It's nice though.
That mic's not working.
It's gorgeous. What's that
I hear this. It's on here.
You know what I like about Canada, so we all get high, just like everybody else is acting, no matter what process. It's such good thank you, man. Let's give it up for Jeff for putting all these people together in one building, too, everybody. Seriously. Without leaders like this, this shit wouldn't happen. All of us are motivated, but we're not this kind of motivated, you know? This guy really makes it work. He really put everybody together. Like, look at the fucking building we're all smoking weed in right now. They got to have an actual probably event next week, and the people who are renting it are like, why does it smell like weed? It doesn't. Like, fuck. You don't think the people who own the building are going to be like, why does it smell like weed? No, it doesn't. We didn't even smoke. We vaped. We seen people with joints on stage. Those were vapor joints, yo. You never heard of Fukushima? Google that shit, buddy. Get with the times, man. You know what's really funny too? All of us in this room, a lot of us, if there was a book on the history of Canadian, cannabis history, a lot of us would have our own little chapters, which is really nice to see. Because even in this whole fucking room, there are people here who are all levels of smoking. There's people who are new smokers, and we're not even scared of the cops coming in. There are cops driving by constantly. Nobody's scared of the cops coming in. Can you imagine the cops coming in right now, kicking the door? Hey, nobody move. Look how high everybody is. We'd all be like, nobody move. No fucking duh, bro. I've been in this booth since 3 o'clock. Where the fuck do you think I'm going, bro? I gotta pee, but it went away like 2 hours ago. Have you guys even taken a look around how lucky we really are? This is the kind of shit one day we'll tell our kids, man. Like there's people bringing their kids out to this because this is this is we're in the last month. I know it sounds crazy, but can we give it up? We're actually just in the last month of it all, ever, man. It's going to change forever now. People don't like the first slate, but it's the first one. We just got to let it go. We got people man, I need to give this guy a shout out because I can't get enough of his work. But dude, Dana Larson's in the room. If you guys have ever watched this guy take on anybody on TV, you almost feel proud as a pothead. You're like, this guy gets high, and look how fucking smart he is. Maybe I can be that smart one day. It's true. This guy takes on people who hate weed, and he just looks at them and he's like, you hate weed because you're dumb. He doesn't say it like that though. He says it nice. He says it like a book reads. I like how high everyone is in this room. Hey, if you're from out of province, make some noise if you're from out of province too. Let me hear people. Where you from? BC people, make some noise. Where you at, BC people? BC people are lucky. You guys don't need this fucking cup. You guys live in British Columbia. Every day is a fucking cup. Every day is the challenge of who's got the best weed. The rest of the country smokes your weed. It's so good. What about Alberta? Where you guys at? Alberta? You guys had less people, you were louder because you're fucking Alberta. You guys were like, fuck yeah, baby. Even Alberta potheads are loud potheads, man. You guys can't help it. Saskatchewan. Where's my actual Saskatchewan people? We got Saskatchewan people in the house? Regina? Hey, there's no fucking pride for Regina, man. Even if you're from Regina, like, shut the fuck up, bud. Don't make noise. Don't let them fucking know. Musja. Fucking Musja. Well, they got a good football team? Yo, Saskatchewan has a team. Saskatchewan Roughriders? Am I right? Wrong? Is it for the whole province? Like it's the Saskatchewan Roughriders? So it reps the whole province reps it? No fucking duh. That place is rowdy every weekend for. Have you guys ever seen other football stadiums? They're shit. You get to Saskatchewan, like fucking people barking and shit. Wearing watermelons, cause who gives a fuck, bro? It's Saskatchewan. Not fucking wheat or some shit that you guys actually grow. Watermelons. Buddy, we're the fucking watermelons because we're hard on the outside, but we're just sweet on the inside. I like how many people have been smoking weed. I mean, we have some real veteran weed smokers in this room. Like, clap if you've only been smoking weed for about 5 years. We got 5 years or less. Anybody got 5 years or less in the room? Welcome to the club. Make some noise if you've been smoking weed for 10 years or less. 10 years or less. 10 years or less. You guys are doing it? All right, let's do 15 years or more. Let me hear you 15 years or more. Hey, I hit the 15-year mark this year. I'm proud. It's a milestone. When you've been smoking weed for that long, you start reminiscing. Like, you ever think about your first half quarters and shit like that? You ever think about how much money you spent on weed and you're like, chill, don't fucking do that. Do not do that to yourself. just don't think about that money. You ever look at like a $1 million house? You're like, I could have had that if I didn't smoke so much kush all the time. But you can't trade weed for anything else. Weed comes with memories, man. Weed comes with everything. Being a pothead, like I like weed more than I like alcohol. Make some noise if you like weed more than you like alcohol. Let me hear you guys right now. Obviously though, no, right? I mean, weed is so nice. You realize it when you're a teenager that weed is much nicer, man. Like, I can't drink. I'm a puker. I never puke on weed, though. I've seen other people puke on weed. Do you know what that I do puke on? I'll puke on edibles. That's the truth, man. You ever do edibles? Man, edibles are a devil's fucking treat, you know? You ever do like 2 gummies and you wait a half hour, 40 minutes, you're like, you don't feel shit. Maybe I'll just eat a couple more. Then you wait an hour and they kick in. You're like, I'm in big trouble. It is 10 o'clock at nighttime and I wanted to watch a movie and the credits just rolled by. I am in big fucking trouble, yo. What's your favorite way to get high, Cup? Let me hear you guys. Where's my joint smokers at? Let me hear you if joint smoking is your favorite way. Where's my closeted bong smokers at? We know we got some bong smokers in here. And I know this is the one that's going to make the most. Make some noise if you're a dabber. Let me hear you concentrates, people. You know, you guys are fucked because you guys scare off normal fucking people. You know that? You ever give someone who doesn't smoke weed every day a dab? You warn them like they're doing real fucking drugs. You warn them like, how much weed do you smoke? They're like once in a while. You're like, no, you can't do this then. No. These are dabs, bro. You're in big trouble, man. You're going to start sweating. You can't cough for an hour. You won't breathe right for a week. You know? You know what's funny about giving people dabs for the first time too? It's because you don't feel shit when it goes in. So they're cocky as shit. You ever give someone a dab like, yo, that's not that bad. Like, their eyes start hurting them and shit like that. Honestly, even if you've been smoking weed for a long time though, you can still get too high by mistake sometimes. You ever just smoke a joint or you do a dab and it hits you way too high, higher than you were expecting to be? You ever have that shit happen like during a family occasion or some shit like that? It's funny when you're the family pothead. Clap, do we have family potheads in here? Clap if you're the family pothead. Let me hear you right now. You know, honestly, bless all our fucking hearts for doing it. Because that means all of us had to fight our parents, had to fight our brother and sisters, all had arguments and shit. You don't get to be the family pothead without getting to fight for it. All of us had to fight for that shit. You know you're the family pothead too when you go to weddings and people call you to pick up weed from you. Hey, are you going to your cousin's wedding? Yeah, can you bring me weed? Yeah. I had a cousin one time ask me if I could bring him the same shit from last year. He wanted me to bring him the same weed from a year before. If my dealers had the same weed for a year, I already stopped talking to him 6 months ago. I can't. I'm the type of person, I can't smoke more than an ounce to my face of the same weed. I'll get sick of it. I need like half ounces at a time. Start getting sick of the same weed. Start getting mad at it. You ever pick up like a half pound to smoke? Oh, I'll go crazy. I'll start trying to sell it at ridiculous prices just so I can get new weed. You know what's great too? All of us in this room right now, all of us were the last generation who got to enjoy illegal marijuana. Isn't that fucking incredible, guys? It's over now. Every generation, it's like the internet generation. Remember when you still had dial-up? Kids don't even know what the fuck dial-up is. Dial-up was the alarm to let your parents know that you were trying to masturbate at like 12 o'clock at nighttime, for fuck's sake. It said, house is quiet as shit. Your mother, what are you doing? Touching my dick. You caught me. Kids don't know. We're the last generation that got to enjoy illegal marijuana. None of us, when we were younger and teenagers, none of us were buying medicine. This wasn't a medical thing. This was buying drugs with your friends. Low-level drugs. Remember how fun that was? Remember how fun it was to get your fucking $10 together and go buy your joint? Kids aren't going to get that anymore. All the kids nowadays are going to buy weed like we bought alcohol. They're going to hang outside of LCBOs and dispensaries waiting for somebody really high. Remember, like, do you guys remember how hard it was to buy alcohol when you were a kid? You had to wait outside of like an LCBO or some shit like that. Or whatever fucking, alcohol store you have. And you had to wait for the drunkest guy to walk by. You could see him from a mile away. Buddy would look at you. You'd be like, here he is. This guy's fucking smashed. He'll get us alcohol right now. Buddy, sir, can you get us alcohol? What do you want, buddy? I'll get you a 40. You're like, that's what kids are going to do nowadays. Teenage kids and shit who can't buy weed, they're going to wait outside of dispensaries and just ask me, hey, can you buy me a half quarter? All of us should. And just because we're old school, we should rip off a 0.5 out of it. When I was in high school, I never got a full half quarter. I got 3 grams as a half quarter. This might be an Ontario thing, but do you guys remember 2 for 15s? Do you guys remember 2 for fucking 15s? Make some noise if you ever bought a 2 for 15. Let me hear you right now. That's a high school drug dealer thing. You buy weed for so cheap and so shit, you're like, I can sell this at 2 for 15. 2.7s, 2.8s. That flash just destroyed my memory. What are you, a fucking Men in Black, for Christ's sake, bro? I really enjoy these kind of cups. People outside these doors don't even get what this is like. Like, I grew up with immigrant parents. If I brought my mother here, she wouldn't even understand it. She'd be like, how the fuck is this going on? And I'd be like, I don't know. The cops don't give a shit. Look, the security doesn't even give a shit. You ever walk by the security here? Those guys are for sure high on secondhand smoke. Those guys don't smoke like us. We're blowing dab smoke in their face. Hey, what's up, buddy? Buddy's sitting on a chair. A few hours ago, he was pacing around. Now he's sitting on a chair looking at you like, hey, what are you doing over there? Stay away from that. Somebody slipped that guy one edible, and he was like, yo, is it weak? They're like, yeah, it's weak. A week old. But he's over there like, I guess I'll try it. It looks like a macaroon. People get fucked up high in here, too. We got a guy blowing glass here. The culture, man, this is fucking... You know what's crazy, too? As soon as we legalize weed next year, a bunch of people who have never smoked weed are going to ruin it for the rest of us. All of us in this room, I trust all of you to smoke weed and drive home tonight. You know why? Because all of you got that shit out of your system in your early 20s and as a teenager. You're not a fucking adult now smoking marijuana, scared to drive home. I guarantee you, all of you are home. If you're driving home tonight, you have joints ready for the fucking drive home. Because you're like, as soon as we leave, we're going to spark one. We'll go to McDonald's, bam, bam, like, you know. Every city in the world that has a 24-hour McDonald's, you ever go to McDonald's high as fuck and the lady taking your order is higher than you are? I've gone to McDonald's where the kid, it's like a teenage kid, and you walks in, you're like, hey, can I help you? And you're like, yo. And he's like, what? You're like, hey. You're like, hey. Everyone gets high, but the late night food people deserve it the most, too. Those people who never smoked weed, they're going to ruin it for the rest of us. All of us can smoke weed and drive because we've filtered out whether or not we can do that already. You don't smoke weed and drive if you think it's dangerous. Why? Because you've had your own personal experience. You know that it's dangerous. But if you know you can do it, you're going to do it. There are going to be, literally, I swear to God, fucking hundreds in the first few years of cases of people smoking pre-rolls and shit from dispensaries, driving home and fucking crashing, passing out, you know? People don't know how strong weed is. They highly highly underestimate how strong weed is. There's going to be like uncles and like grandpas who are like, I remember smoking in the 70s. Shut the fuck up. What is that, a pre-roll? Yeah, I've got drive home. What the hell is that, a dragon? You know? These guys are going to lose their mind. They're going to hit that. What is that, purple kush? I'd get the hell out of here. Purple's queer or some shit, you know? These old farts aren't going to get it. They're going to hit our new weed and get fucked up. They're going to go to like a dispensary and like some hipster lady's going to be like, hi, sir, would you like to try a dab? What the hell is a dab? It's concentrated marijuana. Yeah, I'll give that a dab. What the hell is that? It's kind of thick there. But he's going to go home, not know what the hell his name is. What the hell is that? Those guys are going to be all over the news. I went to a goddamn dispensary. They gave me a pre-roll, nearly ended my life. Ruin our fuck, man. I really enjoy the way we all live, the way we all survive with weed. We're all very lucky. I like how loud it is in the background, but everybody who's paying attention, I really owe you guys a little bit of love. Like there's a guy standing all the way up there. Like, look at him, man, Thompson, yo. He's all the way on a table and shit. Hey, clap if you're watching in the balcony. We got balcony people. How long did my voice take to get to you fucks? Did anybody else see that shit? I said it, and then they looked at me, and they're like, oh, he's talking to us, man. We are the balcony people, dude. I felt like my voice took a fucking long time to get there, man. You guys can see the light off me. You're like, I think he's talking to us. A lot of people are getting high in this room, which makes, hey, I have a joint. I want to spark it. I want to spark it only for the fucking thing of the freedom of it all. It is a Fukushima pre-roll, but it's also my favorite joint. I got one. This guy's got his own lighter. No, I was surprised. I know. I was like, you gotta have it. You're good. Oh. Hey, I want you guys to make some noise to telling me which one you guys want. Do we keep, when legalization happens, are you guys pro-legalization or pro-black market? Make some noise if you're pro-legalization. Let me hear you right now with dispensaries. Oh, you guys are fucked. You guys are like, one guy booed and he's like, boo. You know how hardcore that is? Are you pro-legalized? Boo. That's all I'm fucking saying. You know, clap if you're pro-black market, though. Let me hear you guys right now. Obviously. You know, I'm going to tell you something, too, man. Do you guys remember when they first started, like putting out legislation and telling us what the prices were? They were putting out, like, $10 to start, plus taxes, which would be, like, $12 a fucking gram, plus some other weird fucking marijuana tax. It would bring up, an ounce to, like, over $300. Who the fuck are you to charge $300 an ounce? My dealer from high school? Get the fuck away from me, for Christ's sake. I like really premium weed, but I think, honestly, there's like two people in our whole industry, and one of them's in this room. His name is Fat Farmer here? Is he behind me still? Yo, man, you guys don't know. If he doesn't have a booth here because he doesn't need to have a booth. He's probably going to take a couple of trophies tomorrow. And these guys are like, is he though, bro? These guys have their own gang. They just step up. Is he, bro? What up, dog? You a farmer? Because we're going to dig up a grave. Bam! You know what I like, too? There's passive-aggressive beef, you know? You can see guys from other booths walking to next booths being like, yo, this is nice. Like shit, dog. You can't help it. It's beef. But, you know, we should all be very proud of the industry that's here. Look how nice all of this looks. This is very professional. The normalization of cannabis is a great thing. Like, clap if you smoke weed on the streets. Let me hear you if you smoke weed on the streets. Let me hear you right now. Right? Man, it's one of the most... You ever walking down the street and you see a cop while you're smoking a joint? You get to a point where you're so mature with a joint, you don't fucking toss it. You just palm that shit like a fucking pro, man. Your hand is just smoking on the corner, but that's nobody's business. What are you looking at my hand for? All of us are amazing at dodging cops. Nobody's fucking scared, man. Honestly, tell me right now you've never had close calls. Man, I've been at red lights toking in a car, and as soon as we put the joint down under the window like line, a cop will just pull up and you're like, what? Ah. You even smile at them because you're like, you son of a bitch, yo. You were close. You ever been in a park or some shit and you see the cops roll ball out? Like, you ever been in a park and you see cops roll ball, roll? I'm so high right now. I'm hooked on phonics. You ever in a park? You smoke a weed with your friends. And you see cops roll by on bikes. There you go. Well, that's one of my favorite occasions. Because when you're in public, you can tell if you have dank weed, people smell it from far away. You ever been just smoking across the street and you see other potheads stop and look and you look at them and you're like, yeah, and they're like, eh. We're all fucking Toucan Sam, bro. I'll follow my nose right now. It's one of my favorite moments. When you're walking down the street and you just smell weed randomly, you're like, someone is near who is like me. It's fun if you've ever smoked weed with your parents, too. All of us are going to be pothead parents. You ever think about that shit? Clap if you had pothead parents. Let me hear you if you had pothead parents. Let me hear you. Mom or dad or both? Dad? Yeah, dads are fucking cool. Dads are getting high, man. Moms who don't smoke weed will definitely marry dads who smoke weed. Dads who smoke weed are chill. They're in the garage fiddling around listening to classic rock. Those are good guys. All right. Clap if you ever smoke weed with your mom. Holy, you guys have some fucking badass moms, man. Like I had an immigrant mom. My mother would never smoke weed. I had a little Portuguese mom, and my dream always was to get her high. Because she was a great cook. If I got that lady high, who knows what she would fucking concoct, man. Imagine getting little immigrant, like Italian and Portuguese ladies high. Mikey, I'm fucking starving. What do you want to eat? Chicken. What kind of chicken? Chocolate chicken. Think about it. You put a little bit of salt. Fuck. Growing up, man, honestly, growing up with immigrant parents is different than growing up with Canadian parents. If you've got Canadian parents and you smoke weed, you can come home high. They might not like it, but they know what the fuck it is. If you've got immigrant parents, they have no fucking, it's drugs to them. And I grew up in a crackhead neighborhood. I need you to know, like, I grew up in Toronto and I grew up in a crackhead neighborhood. Clap if you grew up kind of in a crackhead neighborhood, man. Let me hear you. Anybody who grew up in a crackhead neighborhood? Honestly, I'm holding it down for all of us. You need that shit in your life. If you don't have a crackhead neighbor or somebody in your neighborhood who smokes crack, you don't know what the end result of drug use is, and you'll just smoke crack to the bitter end because you've never seen it with your own eyes. And it'll happen in front of you and be like, I think I'm changing. Like, you need crackheads in your life. I grew up in a crackhead neighborhood, and when I used to do a lot of blow, I used to come down, I swear to God, I used to do blow as a teenager, and I used to come down with painkillers at nighttime. So it'd be like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I would eat painkillers to try to come down off the blow. And I swear to God, I remember standing on my veranda, and this is why I say you need crackheads in your life. Because I was standing on my veranda as like a 17-year-old kid coming down off drugs. I was smoking a cigarette, and I could hear this guy coming down the street already. You could hear him going, yeah, And I look down the street, and this guy's walking down the street in a classic crackhead walk. You know the crackhead walk. It's like their dealer kicked them in the back, and they're like this. They're fucking... You know, you ever seen a crack walk? They're fucking... They look like failed models almost. What? What? I swear to God, man, you know what I'm talking about. Buddy comes up to me, man, I'm telling you. I'm on Lansdowne in Toronto. Guy walks up and he sees me on my veranda. He goes, kid, it's 4 in the morning, huh? And I just got scared. I was so high on drugs. I'm like, yeah, it is. He goes, you got smokes? I go, yeah. Here, take 2. And I threw him and he picked them up. He goes, yeah. And I remember thinking, yo, I got enough time to clean up my life, man. I'm not that bad. Yeah, fuck that shit, yo. You know how much coke I cut out of my life that day? Almost all of it, yo. But if you've ever done coke, you never cut it out completely. You always, even if you get married, you're like, yeah, but honey, if I meet Charlie Sheen and a bunch of other celebrities and everyone's doing blow, I can do blow too, right? Yes. All right. And then one day you get high at the golf course or some shit. Who gives a fuck? I want you guys to know, I'm having a lot of fun. This is a fucking weird gig. But right now it's sick. I got these people paying attention, and you guys are the hardest. You guys are sitting at like comfortable tables with dab rigs. You know how hard it is to make you guys laugh? You guys forget to breathe every 10 minutes. Never mind fucking laugh. Once in a while, I look at this table, you just see someone be like, hey, all right, yeah. Like, you got people up there watching. Hello, VIP booth. Another booth of people so fucking high. One person's so high, they're just waving to me from behind the glass. Hello. Is that Myrna? Myrna. Myrna dresses like your aunt who did too much drugs in the 80s, for fuck's sakes. You're like, Aunt Gloria, you're going out like that? You're like, going out like that? Get the fuck out of my house. Like, what the fuck? Aunt Gloria, you're angry. I'm not angry. I'm on drugs. I'm on drugs. She is. Hey, are you guys having a good time, though? Let me hear you guys fucking... Because I'll stop right now. You think I don't got dabs to do? People offer you dabs all day and you got to say no because you can't. Dabs will slowly destroy you. Have you ever done so many dabs that you have to admit to yourself that you're tired, but you're like, but it's only 8 o'clock. But I want to go nap now. Dabs are the only thing in the world that will destroy motivation quicker than anything else. I've woken up on days like, yo, today I'm going to go change my life. I'm going to go to the bank, get that shit done. I'll do 2 dabs and be like, yo, what time do they deliver pizza? Like, fuck. Dabs. I had immigrant parents. Do we have anybody in here with immigrant parents? Yo, clap if you had immigrant parents growing up. We got anybody? I know we're in the middle of Saskatchewan, so it's tough. What kind of immigrant people did we have? What's your backgrounds? American? That's not immigrant, you fuck. Fuck. That's just our neighbor. Did your parents have a hard time fitting into your new managerial position? Yo, bro, my parents are American refugees, dog. We left in the Clinton era. That's what fucking... What? Yeah, we escaped Texas for your free health care, dog. But what, you guys got no dental? That's bush. Get the fuck out of my country. When I heard they were putting up a wall, I honestly got excited that it was going to be for us to keep Americans out. Stay away, stay out of our country. We have legal weed. We have mountains. Get away from us. What are the best things about Canada? Do you guys have an opinion on that? Did you say the people? The people are nice. Have you guys ever been to places like St. John's? Has anybody in this room ever been to Newfoundland, Canada? Make some noise if you ever been to Newfoundland, man. Newfoundland is a great place. I even married a Newfoundlander and everything. I want you to know how cool Newfoundland, Canada is. They have places named after sexual places. They have a place called Come By Chance. And Come By Chance is down the road by a place called Spread Eagle. I'm not even joking. And Spread Eagle is down the road from a place called Dildo. Fucking Dildo, Newfoundland. And when you go to Dildo, everybody there's got their own little dick jokes. One time I walked into Dildo, Newfoundland, and there was an old convenience store, and I went there to get Gatorade. I'll never forget this shit. I walk in, and there was an old Newfie lady behind the thing, and she goes, "Hey there, buddy, what's up?" And I go, "Nothing, man. Just happy to be in Dildo. What a funny place." She goes, "Yeah, it's funny, and if you don't like it, you can fuck yourself with it too." I just remember being like, "How? What?" It's like 11 in the morning. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm telling you, like an 80-year-old Newfie lady. She had it in her back pocket, too. She's like, been waiting to say that for 30 years, man. Like, you know. You gotta love this country. You gotta love its people, man. We're funny, man. We all smoke weed like motherfuckers. As soon as weed becomes legal, too, they're not going to market it to people our age. Don't you even think that you're going to see cool commercials for young people. Young people don't need convincing that weed is good. We already know weed is good. We're the ones. You know who they're going to write commercials for? People in their 60s. People in their 70s who need it for old people shit. And those commercials are going to be hilarious. It's going to be like throwback commercials. The commercial's going to start with like a guy and his like wife smoking a joint when they're like young and be like, dun, 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 dun. Remember the good days? And that's how the commercial's going to start. And then it's going to be like an old man waking up in bed. And he's going to be like, oh, I remember those days. I also remember when I could barely walk. Now I'm riding my bike, going for walks. Hell, I'm doing anything. And his wife's going to look at the camera and she's going to be like, ha, and he means anything. And it's all because of these slow-release THC capsules. You know how fucked up that shit's gonna be? One day we're all gonna be old potheads who were alive during when it was illegal, and then we're gonna be alive for just as long as for when it was like illegal to legal. So if you're 30 now, when you're 60, you have been alive for equal amount parts of your life for illegal and legal. You know how fun that is? When you're old and like 80, your grandkids aren't gonna fucking believe you. Yeah. Your grandkids aren't gonna believe you. Your grandkids are gonna come up to you and trip the fuck out. You're gonna be like, Grandpa, I read in my history book that in 2018 they legalized marijuana and ended marijuana prohibition. And we're going to be 80 and be like, you're damn right they fucking did, you little fuck. I was 28 years old. It was the best time of my fucking life. Walking around smoking doobies, kicking Trudeau in the head. Get the fuck out of here. We're going to be old and angry like that, you know? And we're going to start rolling a joint in front of them and they're going to be blown away. Imagine, weed's been legal for like 30, 40 years. The rolling weed will be so old school and weird. It's like old people putting tobacco in pipes. You're like, yo, you know there's cigarettes, right? Like, shit like that. We're going to roll a joint and our grandkids are going to be like, Grandpa, are you rolling a joint? And we're going to be like, you're damn right, in my fucking day, you broke up some dried marijuana, you rolled it in a zigzag, and you got on with your fucking day. And we're going to be so old we won't even be able to lick it. We'll have to do the old person lip shit where we're like, I shouldn't have chose a goddamn king size. We're going to live through all of that. We're going to have to explain to them what it was like to go get weed from a drug dealer. Do you know how amazing that is? They're going to read about it in history books. They're going to be like, Grandpa, you had to buy weed from a drug dealer? I heard they had guns and knives and helicopters. And we're going to helicopters? My drug dealer didn't even have a fucking cell phone all the time. Helicopter? What the hell are they teaching you kids? MacGyver, for Christ's sake. Drug dealers are funny. The weed dealer as we know it is almost dead. It's all about ordering online, waiting for your weed. You know why the weed dealer is almost dead? Because of weed dealer time. I'm going to tell you, nobody is worse with time than a weed dealer. You ever have a weed dealer tell you he's going to be 10, 15 minutes? It's a half an hour. If he says he's going to be there in a half an hour, guaranteed 1 hour. If my drug dealer said, hey, I'll be there in an hour, I knew he wasn't even showing up, for fuck's sakes. I'd wait that hour and his phone would be off. He wouldn't even be connected for like 3 days. And when he'd finally connect, he'd be like, what happened? He'd be like, bro, my car, I don't, boom, boom, dog. My mom used to think that I sold weed in high school because one time this is for real, she found 2 ounces, not a pound. My mom found 2 ounces of weed in my closet. And when I need you guys to know too, before I even tell this fucking story, I had immigrant parents who hated weed. Clap if you had parents who did not like marijuana. Clap if you had parents who did not like weed. Let me hear you. So you guys know what I'm talking about. I had to lie about smoking weed to my parents. I used to come home with my eyes bloodshot as fuck, and my mother would see me. And she was so immigrant and nice. And she'd be like, Mikey, what happened? Why your eyes red? And I'd be like, Ma, I went swimming. And she'd be like, swimming? You tired? Yeah, that's why your eyes red, the chlorine. I'd be like, yeah. She'd be like, you hungry? Yeah, I'm starving. Fuck, yeah. All that swimming, man. Yeah, that chlorine, man. Look at these eyes. Fuck. I used to come home high for months. And I want you to know, one day my mother found out that I wasn't swimming. My sister ratted me out. And I came home to an angry mom who knew that I was smoking weed. And she had been stewing all day in her anger, man. I remember coming home and opening the door, and my mother, immigrant as fuck, had the best one-liners in the history of mankind. I opened my door, I came home high, and I just went, Ma, I'm home. Hello, everybody okay? Hi. And she puts down everything she's doing. She goes, no, say hi to me because you high enough for everybody. And I swear to God, I remember thinking, like, what the fuck is going on right now? I remember just thinking, what is going on? And she walked right up to me. And I swear to God, she went, let me see your eyes. And I want you to know, when you're high in 16, when someone says, let me see your eyes, you go from having normal eyes and you open them like this for some reason. My mom went, let me see your eyes. And we're like this. She goes, oh, why you open your eyes like that? I go, oh, they're not open. They're normal. Like, fuck. So embarrassing. I ended up having the craziest argument. She's old school Catholic. And I remember my mother going, Mikey, You cannot come home with marijuana. I know like this, and God know like this. And I remember being high as fuck going, what do you mean God doesn't like this? God, mommy, create plants. And she goes, yeah. And I go, weed is a plant. And she goes, of course marijuana is a plant. I go, yeah. So God made weed. And she goes, yeah, God made weed. Okay. Oh, no. You trick me. And I went, I didn't trick you. I didn't trick you. Religion tricked you. And she went, what? And I went, nothing. I got to get the fuck out of here, man. What am I doing in this? Our kids will never be able to get away from that. None of our kids will ever be able to come home high. Think about that. Your kid's going to come home high. And because weed is legal, they won't even have to hide it. They're going to come home and be like, Dad, I tried a strong sativa. Mucho bene, Dad. And I was like, what the fuck? You're supposed to hide drugs from me. These aren't drugs. It's medicine. Blah, blah, blah. I got it from your stash, asshole. That's $10. Leave it on the dresser. Are we going to chop our kids good priced half quarters when they're a teenager? We might have to. I'm not going to let my kid be like, Dad, I bought a half quarter for $40. You're going to like, Bill, give me that kid's name right the fuck now. Like, it's 25 in this neighborhood. I hold it down. Son of a bitch. I don't know how long I've been up here. I'm going to take 10 seconds. Before I take this 10 fucking second break, yo, we having a good time? Saskatchewan or what? Let me hear you guys, you fucks. 10:18. Okay, I'll do like 10:15. I'll do like 10:15, okay? You guys, thanks for letting me do so much.
Thank you for doing this. Come on, man. While the man takes his drink, I don't have a microphone that works. While the man takes a drink and I burn myself, you guys roll another one. And once again, thank you for Jeff for putting this fine event on. And also a little bit of housekeeping notes while I've got you. Don't go away. He's not done the show. See, I come up and they leave. Nice. Thank you. Mike will be right back. He's just getting a drink. Also, just to let you know, buy some raffle tickets. An arm's length worth of tickets for $5. There's over $3,000 worth of prizes up for grabs. So it's well worth spending $5 on. And the after party starts at midnight for all the industry folks as well, too, which will be catered. So stick around for that. Mike, Rita, whenever you're ready. You guys having a good time? Okay, how about the rest of you who are not paying attention? Y'all having a good time, too? Excellent. Mike, Rita, please.
Yo, give it up for Craig, everybody. Let him hear it. Craig X, everyone. Let him hear it. This guy. You guys don't know. Hey, you know what's really funny? I like to think about when I'm at events like this. All of us right now, we are in an abundance of marijuana. There was weed flowing through all of us right now. But somewhere, even like fucking like 100 to 200 meters from this place, there is a kid scraping the bowl somewhere trying to get his last little toe because he doesn't know where to get weed right now. You know, bro. There's a kid somewhere being like, dog, I don't know where to get weed right now. I'm scraping a bowl. And all of us are like, cushions and cheeses and sativas. Oh, my. Like, bro, fucking hilarious. No, I was that kid. What? Hey, I'm going to tell you right now. If you never had to save your roaches or scrape a bowl, then you have no idea what needing weed is, okay, you little fucking fucks. I used to save roaches for days when it was really cold outside and I didn't want to go meet my dealer. I'd be like, fuck it. We'll smoke 2 little roaches in a bowl and I'll get all kinds of fucked up. Those things ferment in there. You ever just grab 2 old roaches and put them in a bong? You're in big trouble, yo. They taste nasty, but your pasties are through the roof. Do you guys remember when you first started smoking weed? Nobody tells you about pasties. You just smoke a joint and then you don't want to admit to anybody, but you're like, I think my mouth is all fucked up. When you first start smoking weed, pasties are on another level because you don't know how to control them. Nowadays, you know how to control it. You'll lick your lips. You'll touch the top of your teeth. You know what the fuck to do. Before I tell my last couple of bits and my stories, can anybody think about their favorite marijuana memory? Like, what's your favorite part about smoking weed? Is it like a hot box? Is it watching cartoons? Hotel rooms. Hey, shout out to Dabs for forever changing how high you can get in a hotel room safely without having to worry. Hey, have you ever set the alarm off with a dab? You're like, dog, it's fire. That's why. You're like, it's dank. Light it up. Because you have to eat, man. I remember smoking weed in washrooms of hotels with like 20 people deep. If you've never been in a washroom where there's like 6 people in a tub and shit, I remember being in a tub one time where Buddy leaned on the fucking thing and everything turned on. We're in there with the joint. Do you guys remember when you were a teenager and you used to hotbox washrooms? Do you remember how fun it was for whoever? It was fun for everybody in that washroom except for whoever was the owner of the washroom. Do you remember that? Everybody in that hotbox would be like, yo, spark it up again. And the guy would be like, chill, my mom's going to be home in 2 hours. Everybody relax, man. Put that towel under the door. Turn the fan on for a little bit. Open the window. Get the dog out of here. You ever hotbox with a dog? A dog doesn't even give a shit. I dare you to hotbox with a rowdy dog. At first it'll be like, 10 minutes in, that dog is like, like, you all right, dog? Yeah, you know, Cats are the worst. You can't get high with a cat. A cat will kill you to get the fuck out of the bedroom. Hey, I want you to know too, like, remember when I was talking about getting high and your parents and all that stuff, finding out? I want to ask the room, because we got a lot of cool potheads. Clap if you ever got caught by your parents smoking marijuana. Clap if you ever got caught by your parents smoking weed. You know, shout out to all of you. Because that was the day all of us lost our childhood and became men. Even the women, that's the day you became a man. You got some chest here on that fucking day. I got caught by my mom in the funniest fucking way too. I got caught in my bedroom at 2 a.m, and it was one of the funniest things. Do you guys remember the first time you ever blew weed out of a window and it came back stronger than you blew it the fuck out? Do you remember that? You remember like being like a teenager, like, yo, man, it's a foolproof plan. I'll just blow it out the window and it'll disappear into nature. Boom, boom, I'm gonna get fucked up. Man, I don't know what it is. The math of the room, it's not positive to negative energy space. I don't fucking know. But you remember that? You blow it out the window and you just watch it all come back in. Hey, I swear to God, at like 2 a.m, I did this with a bong hit, and I started spraying Febreze. You ever spray Febreze for so long that you don't even let go of the bite and you just go... You ever spray Febreze for so long that you can't sit down for 5 minutes because there's a light fucking thing of Febreze on everything? You're like, I'm gonna ruin my clothes. This needs to dry off. I did that. I did that with my fucking dog in the bedroom too. I swear to God, my little puppy kept going. I want you to know, man, I didn't get in trouble for the smell of weed that day. My little immigrant mom caught me that day, and she got mad at me for the Febreze at like 2, 3 in the morning. My mother woke up, and you guys remember in your kid, like your childhood house, you could hear who was walking through the house just based on footsteps. Yeah, you know, your mother was very light. And I'll never forget hearing my mother walk 3 in the morning. I'm in my bed, and she just walks by my bedroom, and she stops, and she comes back, and she just starts knocking. And I just fake it. I'm pretending that I'm sleeping. And she starts getting angrier, and she goes, Mikey, open the door. Open the door. And I start pretending like I'm waking up, and I go, what, Mom? Sleeping. And she goes, sleeping? Sleeping? The house smell like Febreze. And I go, what do you mean? I don't know why. She goes, you don't know why the house smell like Febreze 3 in the morning? And I just go, no. And she goes, but it smells very much like Febreze beside your room. You don't know why? And I go, no. And she goes, why you lie to me? You idiot. And I go, sure God. I go, no, I'm not lying. And she goes, open the door. And I go, I can't. And she goes, open the door. I go, I can't. And my fucking dog Maxie in the room with me starts going, and I'll never forget going, shut the fuck up right now. And my mom goes, hey, the dog in there with you? And I go, yeah, the dog's in here. She goes, give me the dog. Give me the dog. The dog don't like the Febreze. And I go, no, the dog's fine. And she goes, open the door. And I go, I can't open the door, Mommy, because I'm naked. And she goes, Mikey, you smoking drugs naked. And I go, how the fuck did I make this shit worse? How the fuck did I just make this shit worse? A second ago, it was just me, the dogs, Febreze. Now it's me, drugs, dog, Febreze, naked. In my mom's head, she pictured that like, what are you doing? Like, you know, give me the dog. The dog's barking. I swear to God, it's one of the funniest days of my life. I remember giving my mom the dog and her just looking at me like, what are you doing in there? Leave me the fuck alone. I'm naked. I'm telling you, I had funny ass shit happen with my parents. My parents are old immigrant people. And they never had technology or weed or any of that kind of shit growing up, you know? They're old. It's a true story. If you're listening right now, I thank you, by the way. It's my last story of the night. And before I tell my last story, we had a good time tonight at the Prairie Cup or what? You guys? I'm going to tell you guys my last story quick, okay? It's about when my mother had breast cancer. She was going through chemotherapy, and when she was going through breast cancer and treatment, at the time, I was 18 years old. I had just got into the marijuana scene in Toronto, and I had just learned about CBD. So I tried my hardest to get my mother to try CBD. And this is in 2008. And she went, no, I don't want this. This is drugs. And I went, these aren't drugs. This is CBD. You're going to like it. And she went, no, Mikey. I'm already sick. I'm dying. I don't want to die faster. I remember that was her line. And I laughed. And we're not going to die faster. And I left CBD capsules, awful old school CBD capsules at my mom's house. I waited about 2 months. I had never really talked to her about it. We just kind of left it in the background. It was like about 2 months later, my mom called me. I want you guys to know, I'm chilling out of the blue. My mom calls me. She goes, hey, hello, Mikey. I go, hey, Mom. She goes, you okay? I go, yeah. And she goes, you okay? I go, yeah, I'm fine. How's everything? She goes, everything lately has been very nice. And I go, why? And she goes, because I like it. And I went, you like what? And it had been months, so I didn't even think about it. And she goes, I like it. And I go, like what? And she swear to God, in the most immigrant way, she goes, I like the marijuana drugs you give me. And I go, those aren't drugs. And it's not marijuana. It's just a thing. And she goes, you like it? And I go, I never tried it, but I heard it's good. She goes, it's good, Mikey. And I go, so you like the marijuana? And she goes, shut up. No say that out loud like that. No say that like that. I know like marijuana, no. And I go, well, you like the pills? She goes, yeah. And I go, why are you calling me? And she goes, because I'm nervous. And I go, why? And I swear to God, my mom goes, because I'm doing marijuana and I want to go to jail. And I go, you're not going to go to jail. You have cancer. People understand what you're doing. And she goes, good. I don't want to go to jail because I feel bad and I'm hungry. Fucking crazy. And I laughed and I go, yeah, nobody wants you to go to jail. And she starts talking. And I go, so why are you calling me? She goes, because I need more. You give me 10, I eat 7, and then right now I eat 1, I have 2 left. I go, you ate almost all of them. She goes, oh, you only give me 10. And I go, they're for emergency. She goes, I'm dying. Every day is emergency. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. And I started crying on the other side. She doesn't know. I started crying because I was like, wow, this is so funny, man. And she goes, you can get me more? And I swear that this is like almost verbatim how it went down. I go, I can't get you more. It takes a long time. You have to wait. I don't know. I have to maybe a week. She goes, a week? I have cancer. I cannot wait a week. I'm going to die. And I go, you're not going to fucking die, Mom. And she goes, you have lots of drugs at home. What you have for me? And my mom's at the time 61. I go, Ma, I don't have drugs at home. She goes, you have drugs. You have the marijuana glass thing to smoke drugs. It's talking about a bong. I'll tell you guys a bong story after maybe if I can. So I go, Ma, I don't have that stuff. And I go, I have cookies. I tell her I have cookies. And there's silence. And I expected her to go, you crazy. And there's silence. And then my mom just goes, yeah, okay, yeah, bring me 1 cookie. I want to try 1 cookie. And I go, Mom, you want to try a weed cookie? She goes, yeah, I want to try. This is cookie with marijuana? I go, yeah. She goes, it's going to make me feel good? I go, very good. And she goes, okay. And I didn't even know it was on speakerphone because then my dad goes, hey, tell him to bring 2 cookies. What the fuck? I just remember being like, is that Daddy? She goes, yes, Daddy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Come 1 cookie. Bye. You guys are all listening now. Now I want to tell all of my best jokes. I've been up here for 40 minutes. Where the fuck were you guys for the first 28, you fucks? 1 more? Only if I get the support of the room. 1 more or no? That's a no, bro. I'm a 90s kid. And a lot of us in this room are 80s and 90s kids. Some of us are 70s kids. And all of us are lucky enough to have grown up with the last generation of good cartoons. All of us. All of us got amazing cartoons. 70s kids, 80s kids. Cartoons suck now. In this room, if you're listening to me and you can think of one, yell out your favorite childhood cartoon. Childhood. What? G.I. Joe? You fuck. This guy's like, I want to go around shooting people and smoking weed. This guy's good. What else we got? Wile E. Coyote? Oh, that whole series is amazing. You like Pac-Man like the series? Wow, that's a very nerdy answer that no one else will say. This guy's like, no, fuck the game, bro. Pac-Man, the cartoon. What is it? It's every episode is him just going. Like I grew up, I watch my kids' cartoons nowadays and I'm blown away. Have you ever seen what kids watch nowadays? It's shit. My daughter's only one, granted, so she watches little kids shit. But she watches Dora the Explorer. You ever seen what Dora the Explorer is? It's the worst. You ever see what this little bitch does? She'll ask questions and then wait for the answer. Dora the Explorer will literally look at the TV and go, hey kids, do you want to go find the treasure? Okay, let's go. And you're at home high as fuck, like, who is she talking to? Don't fucking answer that cartoon. One of my favorite things in the world is watching my kids' cartoons because I think of my cartoons. I like certain things. There are cartoons that were made for stoners. If you ever watched Arthur, Arthur's a stoner cartoon. It's like Seinfeld for kids, for fuck's sakes. Seriously, Arthur's like Seinfeld for kids. You ever seen the Arthur theme song? It's a nice reggae song too. You remember that? Every day when you're walking down the street, you're at home like, oh shit, everybody that you meet. Even nowadays, if I hear Arthur in the back, I'm like, spark it up, honey, it's Arthur. Arthur looks high as shit in that. You ever see Arthur walking in that? He's like, hey, Arthur has a dog in a world of animals. That's fucked. His best friend is like Binky and he's a dog and that guy, they should talk and be like, dude, snap out of it. We're like humanoids now. I'm like, I used to like shows like the Magic School Bus. Clap, we got any fans of the Magic School Bus in the room? Clap, we got any fans of the Magic School Bus? If you guys don't know Magic School Bus, go back and watch that shit. That show's not only good, that theme song is insane. It's by Little Richard, and it'll blow your mind as an adult. Cruising down this highway, swinging through the stars, take a lift at your intestine. You're like, holy shit, take a run up at Moss. You're like, holy fuck, at the Magic School Bus. Best thing about Magic School Bus wasn't even the show. It was the last 2 minutes of the show. There would be a black character who used to get a phone call with the lizard. Remember that? And there would be a montage of people calling from around the world. And it would be the funniest shit because there was one kid that made no sense. It would go, Magic School Bus, Magic School Bus. And one kid would go, Magic School Bus? Remember that fucking kid? If you get that, that's a very great reference to cartoons. Hey, even one time, I grew up in the Pokemon generation. I'm going to date you how young I really am. But I grew up in the Pokemon generation, yo. I like Pokemon cards. I like Pokemon games. And I used to watch the cartoon and I used to take it seriously. And my mother caught me crying one time to Pokemon and it changed her forever. My immigrant parents aren't like white parents. Immigrant parents aren't PC. They'll say whatever the fuck comes to their mind. Like if they call you gay, it's not because they're gay. It's because it's just gay. And my mom called me gay at 8 years old. I'll never forget. It's one of the funniest stories of my life. I remember watching Pokemon as a kid. There's an episode where Ash, the hero, splits from Pikachu because Pikachu finds other Pikachus in the wild. True story. I'm a little kid. I start crying because I think Pikachu's off the show and I'm like, they're killing Pikachu. He's gone. And I start crying and my mom walks in. And I'm like 8 years old, and she goes, Mikey, why are you crying? And I go, Mom, I'm crying because Pikachu's leaving. And I swear to God, she goes, you crying for the cartoon, Mikey? Oh, that's very, very gay, Mikey. Oh, no. And I remember being a little kid going, that's not gay. And she goes, no gay like a dick, gay like you a little girl. And I went, what the fuck? I swear to God, even as a kid, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Remember crying and getting angry? Be like, what are you talking? Like that kind of shit. Do you remember that? Remember being a kid and crying and getting angry? So funny, man. So funny, man. I want you guys to know that's not even the end of that story. 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was on tour in Halifax. And I love the East Coast, but if you've ever been in the East Coast when it snows, when they say like 4 feet of snow, they legit mean up to your fucking waist in snow. It's insane. And this Halifax was closed for 2 whole days, and I couldn't leave my hotel, so I couldn't get weed because nobody was delivering or nothing. And I called my mom, and it was the funniest day of my life. I called my mother, 60-something years old. I go, Mom, I'm stuck in my hotel. I can't leave. I'm sad. I'm depressed. And she goes, you depressed? And I go, yeah. She goes, why you depressed? Mikey, you don't have Pikachu or something? And I went, what? And she goes, you don't have Pikachu. That's why you're going to cry? And I went, what? That happened like 20 years ago. And I swear to God, she goes, and I never forget. So fucking gay, Mikey. Yo, almost 20 years. Shit like that. My mother's hilarious like that. I'm like, do I do one more? If I finish the show right now, you guys go home happy? If I do one more, you guys down? You guys are making me go. I'm gonna do a joke that I did at the Kevin Hart taping last year at Just for Laughs, okay? It's the joke that got me the motherfucking taping. It's not even a joke. I want you guys to know, I never really tell jokes because jokes don't make stoners laugh. You guys need real shit so you can connect with it and be like, ha 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 ha, like, you know? All of us are so in tune with our inside that if someone tells a shit story, you're like, that's not real, and I'll tell you why. Fucking. My father is 66 and very conservative, and he's ex-military. He's fucked. He's wound up like a fucking copper ball, this guy. But it's like 3 years ago now. I want you guys to know, 3-4 years ago, we were at the cottage, and my father doesn't understand how technology works. And when he retired, we got him a fucking cell phone. And when we got him the cell phone, I asked him why he wanted a cell phone, and my 60-plus-year-old dad goes, Mikey, I want a cell phone because you showed me the cell phone and I like it. Everybody have one and I want one too. And I went, that's nice. He goes, remember the time you showed me? I like it. And we started laughing. You want to know why? Because I was talking about a time that I showed my dad that you could watch pornography on a phone. And my father is a 66-year-old immigrant who's like, holy shit, you can do this by yourself in the washroom? Like, when I showed my dad that you could watch porn on a phone, he was instantly like, I need a phone. And he got one. And when he retired, we got him one. And I want you to know, it all happened at a cottage. We were at the cottage, and my dad was making barbecue. And I need you to know, he's old school, right? So we're watching videos, we're watching highlights, I swear. And my dad goes, hey, what are you doing on the phone? And we go, we're watching like hockey. He goes, you can watch hockey on a cell phone. And we go, yeah, you can watch anything, TV, news, sports. And my dad goes, anything? And my cousin goes, yeah, anything. And he goes, holy. And then he just goes, hey, you can watch people have sex right now, uncle. My dad goes, what do you mean? He goes, TT, people can have sex on the phone. You can watch it. And he goes, for real? My dad goes, right now. And we go, yeah. And it was the first time in my life I ever seen my immigrant father break character. Your parents are usually your parents, you know? They're usually like, blah, 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 but sometimes they'll break character. You ever been in a mall with your mom and she's like, hey, you see that lady Bernadette? Yeah, she's a fucking bitch. You're like, oh, okay, mom, we're friends like this now? I didn't know. Let's grab Starbucks or some shit. Talk shit about some peeps. I love when my parents break character. It's very funny. I want you to know, when we told my dad that you could watch people have sex on a phone, it was the first time I ever seen. And my father's like, man, at the time, 27 years with me, ever break character. We went, Daddy, you can watch people having sex on a phone. And he went, what do you mean? Sex on a phone? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, show me. Let me see. Come on, let me see. And we all went, what? And he started walking towards us and he goes, what are you going to show me? And I go, we're not going to show you. You choose. And he goes, I'm not going to choose. I don't know. And we go, choose, Daddy, choose. What do you want? And he goes, I want to see sexy lady have sex with a man. And we go, yeah, but what kind of lady? What kind of man? And I swear to God, he goes, what do you mean, what kind of man? And we go, yeah, what kind of man? Black, white, Chinese? He goes, black, white, Chinese. I don't fucking know. And we go, Daddy, choose. And he goes, okay, black guy. And we went, you want to see a black guy? And he instantly got nervous. He was like, hey, I say the black guy because the black guy is everybody, I don't know. And we went, why, Daddy? And we went, why, Daddy? Why you want to see a black guy? And I swear to God, again, he breaks character and he leans in and he goes, hey, you want to know why I want to see the black guy? Because everybody always talk, but I never see. I swear to God, we all took a step back and started dying. We're like, what? And my dad's all nervous. He goes, why are you guys laughing? And we go, it's okay. And I swear to God, he went, this is no gay. And I go, no, this is no gay. He's old school immigrant. He doesn't get it. And so we pulled up a black guy. We pulled up the biggest dick in porno. We showed him a guy named Mandingo. And when we showed my dad, he's so immigrant that he couldn't think of anything else other than how amazing of a job this guy had. He kept going, this is this guy's job? And we go, yeah, it's his job. He goes, this is nice. Because he's so immigrant. And he's like, this guy going to retire at 45, house on the water. Like, he's very immigrant. One of the funniest lines in my father's life that I've ever heard him say. So we're watching Mandingo start, he comes out. He's got a towel on. And my dad goes, why does he have a towel? And we go, because he's going to whip it out. And he goes, why? He's scared to show it? And we went, yeah. And he goes, I had a man. And as soon as he looked back down, the dick was out. And he went, oh! Oh! And he held it up like a trophy. He was like, oh! Hey, it was one of the funniest moments of my life. We go, Daddy, watch. And he goes, this guy have a crazy dick. And we go, yeah. And he's so immigrant, he went right back to the work thing. And I swear to God, he looked at us. He goes, hey, do you think this guy have benefits at work or no? What? He's got a giant dick, you fucking idiot. That is the benefit. You don't need dental. You just need a giant penis. Walk around. Hey, I need teeth. Here you go, sir. My dad watches this guy get a blowjob. Doesn't say shit. For real. Watches him eat out the lady. We keep skipping through so he can watch what it's like. He's like, this is nice. They're going to have sex now? And we go, yeah. Hey, I want you to know, if you've ever seen porno with giant penises, the first 2-3 minutes of the fantasy porno are going to be her barely able to take it. My dad doesn't know that. We let it just play out. This lady is taking the giant dick and she's having a hard time. And my dad starts getting nervous. And he looks at all of us and he's going, hey, this lady going to be okay? And we go, what do you mean? And he starts getting nervous and he slaps the phone down and he goes, I can't see this. Tell me the truth. She going to be okay. And we all start dying in laughter. And he goes, that lady's screaming a lot. She don't like it. And I swear to God, I go, I know, right? It's good. And he goes, no good. She don't like it. And I'm telling you, I had tears in my eyes, man. And we're dying of laughter. And my dad goes, this is crazy. I don't want to see this. Fuck you guys. Hey, this happened in September. Around Thanksgiving, we're all hanging out at my sister's place. My sister has those cool couches that go around. So it's my brother, me, and my dad. And we're watching a commercial. This is the greatest moment of my life, man. We're watching a commercial. And the lady in the Tim Hortons commercial looks like the lady from the porno. And my dad, in front of everybody, goes, Mikey, hey, she's going to be okay. Oh. And I just remember being like, what are you talking? Mommy's right there. Yo. I'll never forget it. She's going to be okay. Like some sort of guy who's he released a dolphin and he's seen her in the wild again. There she is. I want you guys to know, man. I've done a lot of crazy gigs in my life. I've done Massey Hall. I've done Just for Laughs. I've done tons of shit. Rogan. Tommy Chong. Anytime I do these kind of cups is great. I want you guys to know how scary it was before I came up. Imagine, all you guys are high as fuck. Nobody's paying attention. It's like me, Redbeard, and 3 people here. These guys. But you guys all gave me lots of love and respect by the end of it. I just finished doing an hour up here for you guys. And I can't wait to come back again. You guys were the shit, man. Thank you so much. I've been Mike Rita. Thank you, okay? Thank you guys, man. Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Come on, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Rita! Fucking funny dude, man. Rita the Human on Instagram. That's how you find him. Also, you'll be catching him on tour across the country in various different provinces like...
Okay, I'll be doing all of Halifax and Moncton, St. John's. We're doing Montreal again, Winnipeg, and I'll be in Abbotsford and other places in BC soon too. Love you guys all.
Come see me when you come to BC, would you?
Yeah,
Please come see me in Vancouver. Oh, man. Well, you guys keep getting high as fuck. The party goes to midnight. Then after that, the VIP party starts upstairs at 12 o'clock for the industry folks. The doors back open up again here at noon. But before you go, make sure you get raffle tickets. Stay here for a while. You're good. But get your raffle tickets by the door. There's $3,000 in prizes up for grabs. Tickets are $5 for an arm's length. If you got long arms like Redbeard, that could be an advantage. That other said, also, the closing of the votes. Yes, judging closes at 3:30 tomorrow. So make sure you get that shit in. Go to the instructions on your judges kit at the saskprairiecup.ca website as well, too. Follow the links around, do all that. Tomorrow, the Iron Lung and the Synchronized Dabbing, as well as Dana Larson, Carly Marley speaking as well, too. We've got 420 giveaways. We've also got the award show, which is kind of the whole point of being here. And we've got even more sales and more specials on judges' kits, on glass, on products from the vendors, more free shit, more good times, more music, because it's the second day. Let's wrap it up in style of the 2018 Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup, brought to you by Continental Concentrates. Fuck, that was funny. Hey, Pot TV. Hank, Cannabis Culture Facebook page. What's up? Me, Craig X, the place to be. Jeremiah Vandermeer over here as well, too, doing it down the Heady Ewok. We're hanging out here at day 2, getting ready to wrap that sort of activity up. Come here. Another good day. Thank you very much for holding down the stream there. We got a little late start there, but we made it happen.
We did. It was fun. Today was awesome. Last 2 days have been incredible here. Rita was fucking...
Oh, my God. I was dying.
Yes. Oh, my God. He slaughtered. That was like the fucking best, man. No, it's been amazing here. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow, too. We got the awards ceremony. I think we're starting at noon tomorrow.
Yes, noon is the time that we start tomorrow. At least the doors open here. So, right. We'll start probably 12:30 or 1 o'clock with the first series of broadcasts, depending on when the actual activities start. Oh, I had a list of that stuff. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I got to say, Mr. Craig X has been doing a fantastic job holding down the hosting duties with Matt Murdaugh and Mike Rita out here. Yes, nice work, my friend. Got to say, big time. Give him the goods.
Well, yes. So let's see. The giveaways and some speaker action about 12:30 probably. The Olympics, the Iron Lung goes about 1-ish. Around 2 o'clock, I think we'll put in Carly Marley speaking. 2:30, the synchro dabs go down. 3:30, voting closes, and at 3:45-ish or so, Dana Larson come on up. Around between the 4 and the 4:20, somewhere in that zone when he finishes up, we'll do a little bit of some giveaways, and then 4:20, I think we'll have Neil Single Cannabis. And in a way, during that sometime too, potentially, we will start the award show right in and around that as well. Perfect. Do the hand out the Olympic awards, then the activism award with Sean Mack, last year's winner, as well as then handing out the trophies, Indica, Sativa, Hybrid, and Extracts. And then 6 o'clock, we sort of wrap that up, have a little VIP dinner, after party kind of session, and then we go back to Vancouver, bro.
Yes, we do. One more night, I guess, back on Monday.
Early for me.
It's not a bad trip, actually. It's pretty close.
I'm on the direct, so it's like 7 in the morning. That stings, but
yeah, you're a little earlier than me, but I'm on a direct too.
I got to get home. I got things to do. I got a show to do. You got a show to do. We got lots of shows to do, and the show will continue here with day 3 tomorrow at the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup, 8th annual, brought to you Continental Concentrates here with Cannabis Life Network, Pot TV, Cannabis Culture. It's me, Craig X from Expert Choice. We'll see you tomorrow.